Hello and welcome to another week of Messenger Animals Oracle. This is the deck we are using. I'm the artist and the author. My name is Susan Green and my business is Healwithairmeith. You can purchase this deck through the link that is in the description below. So I was quite intrigued this week at how the cards that came up are so similar to last week. The intention around this reading is, what are you receiving from your higher self? Okay, the communication pathways there, and I guess, or what is the clarity or not clarity that you are experiencing? So in an optimal situation, your higher self is what holds the information of all you've ever experienced. Okay, so this is an organic pathway back to limitless healing and confidence and living your best life. When you've got that slipstream of wonderful coming from higher self into who you are, and you're able to receive that, that is where inspiration, creativity, connection to a sense of purpose and passion and forward movement happens. Okay, so that communication pathway of higher self with you, what are you receiving and how is that impacting you at this current time? So we had come forth the blue whale and a support card of the platypus, then the beluga with the support card of the flamingo, and we have the pelican with a support card of the squirrel. All right, so looking at this, okay, this tells me that, similar to last week, what we said about karmic clearing, okay, the transition phase of being able to move through the challenges, the emotional wounds, the energy that has been held through karma. So we have life lessons, life challenges, and that there has been a shift and transition that has allowed karmic clearing so that you can heal and move into greater clarity. Okay, so this is really important. This is quite profound in what it's saying. The support card of the platypus is indicating that it's really important to understand and recognize when you're triggering through emotions or situations, to recognize them as clues. Okay, so your higher self is wanting, it feels, to be connecting back into that limitless Akashic experiences, to awaken to that knowing and understanding. And when things are triggering, if you're conscious and you're aware of, okay, that is happening, how do I resolve that? So you can continue moving from being suppressed and being held back and just exist in more rather than exist in a duality of conflict. Okay, so you start experiencing greater intuition, forward movement, flow, trust in yourself and the thoughts that are coming forth. Okay, so your higher self at the moment is still communicating, it feels, in a positive manner, but there is still underlying conflict there. So that ability to recognize what's the conflict through the triggers and the patterns that are coming up through the, it's like reactive responses when something happens and you may not want to feel a certain way, but it does make you feel a certain way. And whether it makes sense or not, they're the things that we need to work on. Okay, so it's about being and existing is more exploring through those higher thought and manifesting back into clarity. Okay, not taking anything for granted and just existing in a sense of being progressive. Okay, so everything is a clue. You're being shown, you're being guided. It's like, you want to be more. So how do we achieve that? How do you achieve that? Through what you're being shown, okay, through those triggers and patterns. It's like just this oneness and flow of potential is yours essentially as you continue to move through and work with that. Okay, so the next cards that came up were the beluga with the support card of the flamingo. So I get a sense of rebirth, of not even rebirth, but creation. It's actually quite a sense of joy in this sense of creation. The beluga is it's a receptive energy. It is the extraordinary senses, not just like sight and hearing and smell and taste. It's the extraordinary, the extra perceptive ones. It's like the antennas of the pineal gland are like firing in all directions, going bing, 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 bing. You know, let me hear, let me know, let me feel more, let me exist as more. It's like these, you know, this connection to what is not seen is elevating consciousness. Okay, that's what the flamingo tells us. That is elevating consciousness. And there is this sense of being empowered through what your higher self is showing you. It's quite a beautiful connection and feeling that I'm getting in this. Yes, we're elevating, we're raising, we're expanding into more consciousness because there is an awareness and your willingness to let go, to consider all aspects, to see the broader perspective, and to bring it into context of what you feel, what you know, to recreate what always has been into what could be. Okay, this is the rebirth. It's like, imagine when, you know, the stories of Dreamtime and the cosmic serpent flowing through and creating these realities. And that's what it feels like your higher self is trying to show you. Okay, through that receptiveness, that openness to receive, you are expanding consciousness and you are creating something so much more. So it's so important to let go of judgment, to let go of fear, to let go of, you know, hesitation, and allow to let yourself believe in you, to trust in you, in what you feel, in what you know, in how you exist, and to have confidence in the decisions you're making, because these cards indicate that you are remembering, your soul is remembering, and that is so beautiful. That is something that many don't experience. So truly embrace and trust in you, because that's a really stunning like energy and message for you. Now the pelican and the squirrel. Okay, so pelican is about community generally. Okay, it's about what is going on within a shared space. So when you're considering that, we're looking at the higher self, and okay, so the higher self then connects to a shared higher consciousness. So this shared higher consciousness is like a network, a beehive of energy that's coming in from other people, other experiences. We are all born into life through these contracts of other people, and some are good and some are not so good. So I think you're being guided to recognize that there are triggering possible energies coming through your higher self from this shared higher consciousness of what has been in the past. The karma is still impacting, and this is creating nervousness and phobias. Okay, so it may or may not be related. How do I say this? It is like it feeds through, like you're doing your inner work, or you want to do your inner work, but there's also, you need to look further past just first person into what is in the shared consciousness. What is how you connect to others, or how others are connecting to you? What is the resistance within that space? Because as you recognize that, then you realize that you're not an individual. We all come into earth. We all come as a soul. We are essentially community. We are strongest when we work together, but unfortunately, due to karma and other experiences that are held here in the higher self, we often are bound. We are often triggered. We are often blocked through others, okay, because we have connected and we have created cords and attachments with other people that aren't beneficial, and this has created negative patterning, like destructive mindsets and thought processes. Okay, so these are the things you need to consider, and you need to look at what are the relationships which are positive and what aren't. This is bringing you to a space of letting go of what isn't serving you well, recognizing the relationships that aren't good. And it could be with people, it could be with situations, it could be with yourself doing certain activities. Okay, what is it that is not serving you well? What do you need to let go of to get clear? Okay, so you can better then move out of fear and hesitation, out of this nervousness constantly, and into being positive, assured, assertive energy, to healing out of what you have experienced previously. Everything is a clue. You need to recognize the triggering energy so you can come back to you. Okay, and it does take work, and I know I say it all the time, but when you recognize the clues and you recognize the process that you have to walk, the steps that need to be taken, then you have all the tools, and they don't have to cost a lot. You can go to energy healers. I can help you with energy healing, and we can work on different aspects of what the soul needs at any particular time. But there is a lot you can do for yourself if you don't have the money to go to energy healers. Like, you just have to find the path. You just have to want. You have to be aware. Living consciously is the key. Okay, so this is essentially what your higher self is telling you, that consciously understanding and recognizing what is going on, that you don't have to live in this container of fear, in feeling like you don't have freedom. Okay, the higher self, when you reconnect, is limitless. It knows, it remembers who you are, and when you step into that remembrance, like this is being shown here in card number 2, you expand consciousness, this karmic clearing, this shift to let go of what's not longer beneficial and overcome the conflict within, so you can just keep being progressive. It's flow, and it's step by step. I've come from a background of fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. I wasn't functioning on any level, and now here I am as a psychic energy healer. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is profound. These are the steps I've taken, and this is how I can help you also. Okay, so please take note of the cards. They are amazing. If you'd like to purchase a deck to help with your own shadow work or progressiveness or flow in life to live your best life, Messenger Animals Oracle, the link is below. Blessings, everyone, and until next week, bye for now.